Your neck was hurting.
Okay. So we're looking at page 42. We're doing a lab today. That's how we're starting. Okay. So turn to page 42 in your book. I see closed books. They should be open to page 42.
Oh my god, my head hurts.
I'm sorry to hear
Stay
that.
home. I feel like I'm getting sick.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I need to go to the nurse.
Make sure you have a calculator, and if you want to use my colors, it looks like they've all been taken, so you got to find somebody to share with. But or there's colored pencils in the bottom white drawer. Make sure you have a calculator. Okay. We are starting with this lab on page 42. And the first thing it says is we're going to use some chalk today. The chemical formula for chalk is CaCO3. So we need to figure out what is the chemical name for CaCO3. So what's...
Calcium carbon dioxide.
You're close. It is calcium something. Ca is calcium.
Chloride.
CO3 is on that... CO3 is on this chart at the back of your book, so those of you saying carbonate are correct. CO3 is called carbonate, so this is calcium carbonate. Okay, molar mass is that thing we did on page 40 where we added them all up in this chart. So they want us to add up CaCO3 from your periodic table. How many Cas are there? How many calciums?
All of them.
1. How many carbons? 1. How many oxygens? 3. Thank you. So do you remember what we do? We pick how many there are, and then we're supposed to multiply by something. What do we multiply by? The mass from where? Where do you find the mass?
The periodic table.
Periodic table. So for calcium, that's 40.08. I agree. For carbon, that's 12.01.
16.00.
And yes, for oxygen, it is 16.00. So multiply those out. Okay, if it still turns on, keep using it. Kyle, sweetie, do you have to use all the commentary every time?
Yes.
Oh. Well, Kyle, could your commentary be about what these add up to? Why don't you give me a number? Do you have your calculator?
CA adds up to 40.8.
Yeah. No, just give me the total.
C, 12.01.
Uh-huh.
100.09.
Yes, thank you, Cameron. Or a calculator. Uh-huh. Okay, so this is 100.09. That's how many grams there are for every 1 mole. That's how many grams there are for every 1 mole.
Wait, how did you know? Oh, never mind.
What? How did I know what?
No, I was going to ask, how did you know what the compound for chalk was, but then I saw the top of the page.
Yeah, they said up here that chalk was CaCO3. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is you're going to be in groups of 3 or 4. You're going to receive a piece of chalk, and the first thing you do is take the mass of it. So when you receive the chalk, there will be scales, and you weigh the chalk and write that down, write the mass down in this line before you do anything else. Then your group will receive a piece of paper, and you will have some time, less than 10 minutes, to draw on the paper anything school appropriate. School appropriate, so no cursing. Okay? No, why are you throwing stuff? Okay. It's got to be school appropriate. No cursing. No,
Do we pick our groups?
I will let you know about that in a second.
Why did teachers?
I'm still mid-sentence, so I would appreciate you letting me.
Stop! What are you talking about for not cursing?
Like, don't write curse words. You're
How would we write cuss words?
because some people are idiots. I don't know. Okay.
Wait, but for what?
Can I please finish the sentence that I was doing? Because I think.
To the beginning, because
Well, okay, but Cameron, I think if you let me finish it, you'll figure out where I was going with it. Okay? So, you will receive a piece of chalk. Before you draw anything, before you write anything, you will measure the mass of the chalk.
Oh, with the chalk.
Then your group will receive a piece of paper, and you will use the chalk to draw all over the paper, write whatever you want as long as it's school appropriate. So you should not be writing any curse words. You should not be drawing pictures of naked people or anything like that, okay? Every year I get someone who thinks that they can draw some genitalia and I won't know that's what they're drawing. I'm not an idiot. I'm a married woman. Don't draw anything inappropriate, okay?
I have a
Okay.
I am
So keep it school appropriate, okay? And then after you finish drawing, you'll weigh the chalk again after, and you'll write that mass here. Now, Garrett, you have a question?